evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Film Club podcast. I'm T, and I'm joined again by the same familiar, lame, disgusting, vile, erroneous faces.
Erroneous?
Yeah.
What a cromulent word.
Now, how are we, everybody?
Pretty good.
Pretty filth?
I've been ill all week.
3 out of 10.
I think it's more of a 7 out of 10 on this side of the table.
Yeah, I'm feeling a good 6.1 on my current status.
I'm a
You
good
guys are the
8.4.
reason that I'm 3 out of 10. So
I'm at 65%.
That's pretty good.
That's good for you.
Isn't that the cruising percentage?
I normally hover around 95.
God, I wish I was at 65%.
I'm at my current and always 92%. 8% saved for bad days.
That is not your current 92%.
I am always at 92%.
Half the
Your
day,
body
you're
is
fucking
not running it.
garbage.
you're either 95% or 5%. There's no in between.
Yeah, and it's literally 50% of your time on each.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm always 92%.
It's extreme.
I love it.
Fucking hell.
Everyone had a good week.
I had a really interesting topic of conversation to bring up,
Divulge.
and I've completely forgotten what it was.
Is it about this week?
But all you need to know is it was interesting. It would have stimulated conversation for about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Would it have got us the all-important 15th subscriber?
It would have got us like the 20th subscriber.
Wherever you are, 50 sub, I'm waiting for you.
Pretend you have been stimulated, guys.
Yeah. I've just stimulated your mind.
Tell your friends.
Anyway, my week's been alright. A lot of 9/11, Iraq, Al Qaeda.
Just in your house.
I've been watching. I watched Fahrenheit 9/11, and then it set me down this track of. I realised I know absolutely nothing about the Iraq War or terrorism or anything. So I've been on that hype.
Did you dive any deeper than just your normal Wikipedia
Yeah.
page? 9/11.
Down with Bush. Up with freedom.
I'm under the impression that,
That's all you need to know.
with regards to 9/11,
I think we really fucked up
we did fuck up, but
with that whole Saddam Hussein debacle.
I don't think that was a debacle. It was a smoothly executed plan that ended in an execution.
Yeah, if the plan was
That ended in 1 million people died.
if the plan was the birth of the most erroneous terrorist group,
oh, now you're using erroneous, huh?
then
Gallivanting around the
The
world.
vocabulary cast.
yeah, they really fucked that one up. to
I
be
feel as
honest.
though they knew 9/11 was going to happen and didn't stop it.
Yeah, well, let's not get into that.
We are conspiracy theorists.
No, you are.
I'm actually not. I'm actually the least.
No, you are.
I'm not.
You're the
Yeah,
one
you're
that
the
watches
worst.
those Illuminati videos.
I don't believe any of
And
them.
you're
It's
like,
just
look at this, look at
I
the
don't believe any of them.
bill.
They're just funny to watch. I don't think that this dude here is a lizard in a
T-
fucking skin suit.
See, last night I was trying to get to sleep, and you were listening to some kind of show about World War II. They were talking about history and World War II, and this American guy was being like, "Well, I think everyone knows a lot about World War II, and what I know about World War II is blah 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 blah," and they kind of couldn't hear it through the wall. And then you were just like, every now and then you'd be like, "Bollocks! Fuck off!
Sure, this wasn't a
Rubbish!"
dream.
No, because I was like
definitely what
laughing.
you do.
You do talk to yourself a lot. Like, I come in the other day and you were just on your phone, and then you just said something like, "Well, yeah, that's why everyone loves Arsenal, isn't it?" Like someone had just said something to you, but you just read something.
Talking to yourself is actually really natural. If you don't,
It's
actually
healthy,
go
I
with the
suppose.
problem.
You do it a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who makes sense.
You do it when everyone else is in the room.
Yeah.
And you're just watching someone on your phone. You're like,
The weird one is-
very funny.
And then someone would be like, "What's that, T?" And he'll go, What? Like he hadn't even realised that he had said it.
Madness. I am a normal person.
Sometimes I see you're playing FIFA. Like recently, you're playing FIFA, and I won't clock that one of your headphones is in on the other side of your head, so I can see. And you'll just be like playing, and I'm making breakfast or something, and you'll be like, "Ha ha ha ha!"
That was
I
actually
like,
a
"What
very
the
funny
fuck?"
video.
What were
And
you
he
watching?
kept doing it. It took me so long to realise that you weren't just laughing at FIFA. I was kind of like laughing along, like, "Haha, yeah, that was a funny moment."
What a great shot. Nah, I'm a normal guy. Ladies.
What the hell? It's so funny.
Yeah. No other news from this week?
But anyway, no, I'm more interested. What happened in that video last night? What's this World War II?
It was the Joe Rogan thing with the dude who was.
Do you think?
He was talking about Project Northwood or whatever.
What's that?
The American government greenlit this thing to kill their own people so they could start a war with you.
They're always doing that.
Is it
aren't
kind
they?
of like a propaganda?
It's not actually a conspiracy theory. It's in Freedom of Information now. You can go look at it.
Would you rather
Cool.
have all
CIA
your
is pretty
fingers,
fucked
all your main ones, not the thumbs, or just your thumbs?
All the main ones.
Yeah, main ones.
But you could do loads of just the thumbs.
You can wank with that.
You could do this.
Yeah, but you can do this.
You can do
That
this.
looks good. No,
Oh, what about this?
Look at this! I can hold this can. Oh,
Oh, T, stop doing that.
That's disgusting.
Jesus, man.
I'm saying
Gross.
Put it
if
away.
you've only got the long fingers, you're going to get cramp when you do anything. But if you've got just
the
the
thumb is
thumb,
exempt from cramp.
it's just more designed to fit around a hand. Yeah, but you write like that all day and you're going to get cramp.
What, you're not going to write like that?
No,
that
you won't
feels
get
pretty
cramp
good,
like
yeah.
that, yeah.
I definitely could. I used to write like this.
Alright, well, I'm not talking about practicality. I'm talking about aesthetics.
So
I think that's gross.
this.
Just a stump with a thumb on
We
it.
should explain what we're doing because this is just audio. But you think just thumbs is gross.
Yeah, whereas fingers
Just
is
fingers is like, that's like
It's
one
like
of
a
those
paddle.
super unnerving, like, what the fuck? But just thumbs is like, oh, it's
You
just,
saw a man with just a thumb on his hand.
Other
When
way
you're having
around.
a laugh.
Yeah, other way around.
Banter.
I think just a thumb is as good. Maybe one on each.
I was once on the bus back from town with
In Peterborough.
with Connoisseur.
Hello.
And,
First mention.
He's a connoisseur.
Shout out to Connoisseur. And this guy started talking to us, this drunk guy,
Peterborough.
and he had no fingers on one of his hands. I can't remember what. And then
And no thumb on the other.
And then-
Could he tell us which is the better one?
Then we got off the bus, and I was like, "Oh, that's so weird, wasn't it? You see his hand?" And Connor was like, "What? What about it?" I was like, "There was no fingers on one of his hands." And Connor was like, "What are you talking about? He had all of his fingers." And I was like, "Whoa."
Oh. Oh, I've got something to talk
Haunted
about.
bus.
I've got something to move us on from Josh's horror story.
Please move us on.
One of my own. Last night I went to the theatre.
Oh yeah. What did you see?
I watched-
Was it a dance thing?
No, I watched Woman in Black and it was fucking scary. It was really, really
Weren't
good.
you in the top tier?
Yeah, it
Nothing's
was.
going to get you there.
Do they make
No,
the
but-
theatre cold? I've
No.
heard they do that at scary theatre.
Nah, they
things.
didn't. But it was
Yeah.
really good
Missed the
because
trick.
like it starts. It's only two guys and then the woman in black. And
Danny
it's-
Radcliffe. Oh no.
Danny Radcliffe's not the woman in black.
The woman in black is the woman who
No, but was one of the guys
What?
Danny Radcliffe?
The theatre.
Yeah.
at Playhouse.
No. It starts right.
That's a stupid question.
And the way they tell it is the guy that it all happens to has written up what happens, and he's gone to this like actor guy, this theatre guy, to get lessons on how to read it properly. So at the start you get lulled in like, this ain't that bad, and it's kind of funny. And then suddenly they put in loads of like loud music and flashing lights, and you're like, fucking, it really stresses you out, and it's really scary. And it's kind of like Jaws, like you never see the woman's face, and then at the end you see her face. And I was looking at it, and it started freaking me out, and I had to look away from her face because it was so scary. It was fucking fucked
Have you seen the film?
Out of 10?
I have seen the film. I would give the play, like, if that was a film I had just watched, and then rating it like a film, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
It was well good.
Maybe
It
we
was
should
so
start a
scary.
theatre podcast.
Because at the end, when she like whaps out through the curtain,
What's out?
Where she whaps out.
Once he gets them out.
she whaps out her face for the first time, and the music, you know when you're in the cinema and you're like, that's fucking loud.
Yeah.
It's even louder, and the noise is just, she's literally just screaming like that. And her face is there, and I'm like,
Seems like a bit of like, that was obviously scary, isn't it?
yeah, it was, but
Just
yeah.
a loud noise.
Yeah, well, it worked. It was really fucking loud, and her face was there like, it was, can't even describe how scary. What the fuck was that?
There's a noise. She's gonna whap it out.
You better not. Keep that face away.
Whap out her bappies. Well,
Yeah.
and if anyone's got any chilling stories, we can move on to the film for the week.
A tramp ran at me last night.
You got rushed by a tramp.
I don't know what he was doing. He ran at me and then stopped.
And then what?
and went back to sleep under a doorway.
Well, he didn't even ask you for change.
No.
Wait, what? So he ran at you, stopped.
This
just
was
in
at
front of you?
half past midnight.
In the morning.
Yeah, 12 in the morning.
So he ran at
in
you
the morning.
and then just stopped in front of you.
No, he ran at me, and I was walking ahead of him, and he ran at me
From behind.
from behind.
Oh, fuck.
Like, because I walked past him when he was asleep in the doorway, and I didn't realise he was there, and he was like making these noises. I was like, oh, that's weird. And I kept walking, and I heard him get up and start running. And I turned around, and he was like, just stopped.
What the
And then he
fuck?
went back,
And he
was
ran
still
up
away.
behind you. Maybe he does it
Yeah.
to everyone, like, how close can I get before they hear me?
Is that like
Ninja
what's
training.
the time, Mr. Wolf?
Yeah, that
Yeah. So it was, well, maybe he was playing that. I
She's
don't know.
What's the time, Mr. Tran?
It's time to eat you.
Don't give me a chance.
Damn, you're lucky. What would he have done if you had
If he'd have touched
around?
you could have just kicked you in the fucking face. That is actually illegal. Fuck you are legally allowed to kick you in the face if he touched you.
Oh,
Probably would have run away.
You should have given him a gold coin.
Maybe you thought you were a fellow tramp.
Ooh, that's a good leadway into the film.
Leadway.
Lead way.
Segue.
That's a good lead.
That's a good leadway
Yeah.
into this film for the week.
Yeah, thanks for leadwaying us in there.
The
Gold coins.
boys went to go and watch John Wick 2.
You didn't come.
The ReWickening.
The
No, more
re
like the day of wickening.
The day of Wickening.
the next bad poem gets cut. Yeah. So how was the film, everybody?
You didn't see it.
Yeah.
Did we establish that?
We established that T didn't see it, even though we invited him twice.
You invited me once.
He was running on
Twice.
5% at the time that we.
No, I'd literally
invited
just
him.
woken up. There was no way I was.
And then we were like, all right, but we're not seeing this one. We're going to go to one in 4 hours' time. Shall we buy your ticket?
I was-
woken up now.
I was still in the mindset of I've just woken
I
up.
went into his room the other day and I was like, have you got my keys? And he was like, like he just woken up. And he was under his duvet and I was like, have you got my keys? And he was like, and I was like, what? What are you saying? And he was like, and I was like, have you got my door keys? And he was like, they're in the door. And I was like, no, they're not. And I was like, have you got my keys? And then he finally sort of like rolled over, pointed at the ground, and there were my keys.
Why did you have his keys in?
We're using the same keys.
Oh, right. It's not like when we used to live together and he'd be like, where's the TV remote? Check T's room. Because it was always in your room. And you'd always be like, it's not in my room. And you always just walk up there with
I can't hate if I'm sabotaged by the man.
You just pick stuff up like, oh, where's the cheese grater? Oh, it's probably in T's room. Where's the only massive sharp knife? Oh, it's in T's room. He had a whole cake the other day.
I am Gaines. No, but how was the film for everybody? What was it about? Someone premise me. Someone tell me synopsis.
I'll do it.
Get this to me. Get this to me. And the fans.
If you've
Let's
seen,
do it sentence by sentence.
Danny, tell me.
all right, well, we're doing sentence by sentence.
Give a fuck.
Yeah.
All right, so presuming that you've all seen John Wick 1.
This starts fairly directly afterwards.
It begins with John Wick hunting for his car that was stolen in the first movie.
And it's just more of the first movie, but with gold coins. The end.
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah, I mean, I
Danny,
didn't really want to do the.
Well, guys, can we
Give us a
actually...
synopsis.
It's the first one is, if you haven't seen it, it's just really good fighting and shooting scenes that everyone wants to see. And then there's this weird like underworld with these gold coins and like, you know, it's like a secret underworld and they've got their own
Assassins.
currency of assassin shit. And basically all you want from the second one is more sick fight scenes and to figure out what else you can do with these coins and shit like that.
yeah, to delve deeper into the seedy underbelly of John Wick universe.
Yeah, and this film, that is all this film is more sick fighting and more of the underworld. So yeah, it's really good.
Would you
It's
say-
like, it's exactly what you want this film to be.
Would you say it was
Yes.
more actiony or less so than the first
The
one?
same amount.
Same?
Yeah, pretty bang on.
It's like with the Raid films. The first one, balls to the walls fighting. What do you want from the second one? More. What do you get?
Balls.
More. It's the same. It's
Yeah,
good.
but I totally agree with you, Danny.
And
I
there's
totally
no
agree.
love scenes.
I really enjoy the fact that it didn't pretend to be anything other than just this ball to the walls action movie, and it completely nailed it. But then other people, Mark Commode specifically, I'm shouting you out here, seemed to
Subscribe.
was super. He was
mention.
like, it was boring. He said it was too much of the same thing. It was just turned up to 11, and it was just it didn't add anything to it, and I was like,
Yeah, but what do you
that's
want?
yeah. I feel like that is unfair. I think that's totally unfair because what more do you want? I wanted it to be turned up to 11, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what I
mean,
got.
I'm not here to critique Mark Commode, but I've watched John Wick 1. It's really good. I've watched John Wick 1 a second time because I wanted it again, and it was really good. Now it's just like I've watched John Wick a third time, but it's a bit different, and it's well good. It's what I wanted. I wanted another fix of Wick.
And to be honest, I think Komodo's wrong when he says it doesn't add anything, and it's just the same thing again, and it gets boring. I think it does add something. It adds a completely new layer to the universe that it's set in, which is this underworld, which you
It doesn't
finally
really add that layer because that's already there. You just get
Well,
more of it.
yeah,
All
but
you
I mean,
want
it
is more of
expands.
that.
it expands it. Like in the first one, it's like okay, it's there, but it's just the Russians, and then there's like hints at it being larger than it is. But in this one, we really get into the meat of
Yeah, like, you
the
find
Assassin's
out
Guild,
It's
the
international.
Hotel Continental, and stuff
And literally
like that.
everyone in the world is just put there so that you can give them a coin and they'll shove you in a pile of trash and you'll be transported
Yeah.
somewhere else.
That was a bit of a letdown for me.
Did it look like a cheap action rehash, or did it look?
No, it literally looked
It's
like
very well done. All of the action is very well
Yeah.
done.
Quite a bit of blood.
it's a good sequel to John Wick. It's like it's not worse than the original. It's as good. It's not like oh they've done it again. It's not really as good.
If it's
and
as
the same
good,
shit.
if it's as good, but not better, was there any point making the second film?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get more of it.
And you get more of the world. And I would say there's
Second helping.
I'd say there's some like development on John Wick's character as well, which is quite good.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
There's
idea
not
that
much, but
He's accepted that he's not getting out of this world of crime.
No, there's
Yeah.
no
That's
no
like it.
development.
Yeah, there's not.
no,
there's
there
not
is,
really.
there is, because he's like he's less begrudging, like just going on a warpath. Like
Yeah,
he
but
does
he's
develop.
still like, they can come and I'm going to kill everyone. He's still set on this path of, I'm going to fucking kill.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right,
And
you're right.
in the first one, he's like he doesn't really want to do any of it.
Yeah, so
he
in
just
the
wants to revenge.
In the first one,
avenge his dog.
No, I feel like in the first one, his motivation is revenge. In the second one, his motivation is like self-preservation. So in the first one, he does want to do it. He does want it. Yeah, he didn't initially, but then they killed his dog. So fuck it. Now I do want blood. In this one, it's like I don't want blood, but I know that it's like me or them.
I mean, it's
So
all
I'm
like,
gonna fight
it's
tooth and
all-
nail to fucking survive.
it's pretty simple character development if that's what it is. Like, I'm not going to big it up to be more than it is. It's just way more action and a cool underworld. It's one of those films that's like Banshee or like Spartacus or whatever, where it's like, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's fucking sick. Like, it gives me exactly what I want out of this.
Well, I now
Like-
know what it is.
If they put some boobs in it, then you literally can't make it better.
But
They had
we-
a close up of that girl's butt, which was pretty good,
Yeah.
but then her trousers didn't come off in the fight scene. So
Are we bad cinema goers for only wanting that sort of
no,
just
That's
to
a
be
com-
satisfied
That
by
is
this?
what like films are, isn't it?
And what
It's
is-
just
what do you want?
entertainment.
I know, but I'd say that some people might argue, like I did recently with
Wrongly.
The Purge 2. No, I think I'm still right with The Purge 2.
You're still wrong.
No, I disagree.
You're definitely
Let's not get into it. But, some people might say, okay, fine, it is what it is, but that's still maybe
I think
But
bit
if it's well
lacking.
done,
yeah, like
yeah, which is
well
why
done.
I love John Wick 2.
yeah.
Oh, I prefer it to The Purge 2 anyway.
like with the raid films, like you go in there, you know what you want, you get what you want.
But the raid films, no, the raid films are sort of sick in the same way that John Wick
Exactly,
films are sick.
and I
Just
think
awesome
you're
choreography,
a bad,
awesome fight scenes.
You're a bad cinema goer if you go to John Wick 2 having already seen John Wick and wanting something different and wanting it to be like a really good, like a film with a crazy message behind it that's going to leave you thinking for days and stuff. It's not that sort of film.
Whoa,
why would
what
you
a
expect
twist.
that? Like the old woman in front of me when we come out, and she was like, "Well, fair play to her, she probably hasn't seen John Wick 1," and she was like, "What a load of rubbish" to her old husband, and then she goes, "That's the worst film I've seen in 5 years."
5 years.
Yeah.
What was the last time she
Yeah,
saw?
and I'm wondering what she saw 5 years ago.
2012. 2012.
She probably
Shit.
saw 2012. She went, "What a load of rubbish! The
That
worst
film
film in
is
8 years."
Great how bad that is. I love
What,
that.
2012?
I can watch
We
that
watched it the
time
other
after
day,
time
didn't we?
after
It
time.
is bad.
But it's
Man,
bad, but it's
fucking
watchable.
trash.
It's so
T
watchable.
loves it.
Do
Like
you
we were
prefer-
watching it, and he was like, "Woo!" Woo! Hell
Do
yeah!
you prefer 2012 or The Day After Tomorrow?
By far, the Day
Day After Tomorrow is less like ludicrous.
Day After
wait.
Tomorrow is a good film.
Yeah.
Wait. That's the first film of that genre, like in the modern.
The first disaster film.
What, disaster film?
Post 2K, post 2000.
I don't think that's right. I think, what
Armageddon.
about Volcano? Armageddon?
Yeah, but they're different.
There's so many
The thing with
disaster
those two
movies.
films, it's,
Did they
it's
come out
more
post
like
2000? No, is the answer.
those,
I mean, they've
those two
taken it-
films are just the same because it's like the fucking weather's getting fucked up and everything gets snowing.
The premise behind 2012 is hilarious. It's like the midichlorians are changing.
No,
or
it's
something,
the
whatever.
magnetic
midichlorians.
fields is switching.
Midichlorians.
No, that's the
That's-
core.
yeah.
Or something else.
Yeah,
in
the core
2012.
is changing and the magnetic field
I
is
remember what it
reversing.
is. It's neutrinos from the sun
Ah,
have started
neutrinos are
to
mutating.
the neutrinos are mutating and they've started to interact with water and therefore they're boiling the
I swear
the
that's
magma.
That's the 2012.
But the cause of it all is that the magnetic field is switching its poles.
No,
No, that,
Yeah,
happens.
that
that happens because
It
of
happens.
And
the
no, that
neutrinos.
happens and that's what causes all the fucked up shit.
no, literally
It
neutrinos.
is.
What happens is the
The
sun
neutrinos might cause the magnetic shift, but
Yeah.
it's the magnetic shift that causes all the fucked up
No,
So the
shit.
it
neutrinos
boils the fucking magma in the
It's
core.
really not worth talking about.
It's
is
an
it?
actually watchable film, as is Day
It's
After Tomorrow.
not watchable.
I don't
Watch
think
Day
the
After
science
Tomorrow.
is sound.
You see Jake Gyllenhaal at about 20 doing his thing with Dennis Quaid or whoever.
I think Day After Tomorrow is a different caliber of film
Some-
to 2012.
Man United supporters get frozen in like Scotland.
I
It's
thought
got, isn't Bilbo in it?
Give a fuck. Who's Bilbo? Oh no, yeah.
In the like
yeah,
Arctic
yeah.
study.
Who's that? Ian Holmes.
Bilbo dies.
That bit's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he gets the
But
he
then-
gets whiskey out.
Those
doesn't he?
films always seem to get compared, and actually they're not even similar films.
all it is
Like
is
2012, that bit where, what is it like? There's fucking a meteor shower hitting them, and they're chasing that plane, and all the ground's
There's a
flying
minute
away.
where he like runs after a
The
plane.
bit with Woody
It's like-
Harrelson in, like just after Woody Harrelson dies, spoiler, and then everything's fucked up, and he's like running away from this meteor shower and getting on this plane, and the plane's like falling through a hole already, and then they take
it's not
off.
a meteor shower. It's just an earthquake.
I mean, it's a meteor
No,
shower of
Meteors
of,
are showering onto the ground or something.
Have you watched this recently?
It's literally a volcano.
I've watched
Yellowstone blows up.
I've watched
and
it.
fucking-
Oh,
and-
so it's not meteors. It's just huge.
It's
showers.
Earth though, like it flies up and then
Okay,
clumps
okay.
I
back
thought it was
down.
the Mayans.
The Mayans did it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's why they call it. The Mayans
Yeah.
predicted it.
Cinco de Mayo.
in that just
That's Mexican.
yeah, the day of the dead.
Racist.
Is that Cinco de Mayo?
Anyway,
no,
yeah.
that's not. No,
No.
that's Muerta.
What was everyone's favourite?
No, there's something to Muerta.
Favorite part of 2012.
What was
Josh?
everyone's favourite part of John Wick?
The bit where I stayed in bed.
The bit where it zoomed in. No.
Probably when they put a price on John Wick's head and he has to get across the city.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
made,
that was so
that's
sick.
really
I made the
good.
best joke ever by accident.
Yeah, he did.
Where,
Good joke.
Someone puts like a price out on John Wick's head, and there's this whole thing where like someone faxes someone a number, and then someone like taps a number in binary, and then someone tattoos the number on them, and then someone types it into a machine and says John Wick 8 million, and then everyone around the world gets texted John Wick 8 million, and then there's this like montage.
All the assassins.
Montage of all the assassins pulling out their phones and seeing this bounty that's texted them. And while it was going on, I was like, I wonder what the time is, and pulled out my phone just to check the time. And then Josh went,
I was like, that's a good joke, though.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah,
Nice.
that bit when he's fighting.
I wonder
through
what
the
the
city
time
is so
is. was it that bad?
No, because I
Oh,
thought.
fucking
I
hell,
was
how long
thinking-
till this is over?
No, I was thinking, like, how far through are we? Because this is pretty good. I wanted to know how much was left. So that's what I
Okay, yeah.
checked.
Yeah, good joke.
No, but that sequence is pretty sick. Where they were getting it, and he has to get past like all these different bosses.
Big fat guy.
Big fat Chinese guy.
Were there two twins?
No, they were like
Just
two
two-
janitors.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's two guys dressed as janitors.
Yeah.
One
There
guy
was-
that was like a sumo
Ain't that
guy.
woman from Orange is the New Black in it? Ruby Rose.
Yeah, she gets the butt closer.
Oh yeah.
Who's she in Orange is the New Black?
She's in the new series. She's like a.
Oh, I've not seen
Oh yeah, she's the random.
By the way,
British
just for
lesbian.
anyone watching that isn't one of the 14, apparently Poussey gets choked to death, and it's really sad.
Spoiler.
Why have you done that? I haven't seen it.
Give a fuck.
Yeah, but who's gonna watch it? It's shit.
Yeah, it's crap. It's
You
crap
watch the first two
show.
series, and then you get onto the third one, and you're like, why the fuck am I still
Yeah.
watching this? This is
Lesbian
crap
propaganda.
shit. It's rubbish. Oh, sick of that.
I might have watched it in the future. I liked Poussey.
Yeah, we've just saved you from wasting a lot of time.
What you can watch instead is something manly like Walking Dead.
My sister's
Watch
been on
Spartacus.
To be fair, Walking Dead shite
all
as
you
well.
lesbians who are enjoying Orange is the New Black,
Maybe.
watch Spartacus instead.
Yeah, there's
No,
fucking loads of dicks.
There was a lot of dicks. There's lesbian shit. There's a woman who kisses another woman. There was fondling. There's
Yeah, that
death.
is the
Something for
definition
everyone.
of
It's the
lesbian
most
shit.
progressive show
Yeah,
I've
actually,
seen
it
in
is
years.
pretty incredible.
I'd say
They're
it
really
is
tailored to
the
every
best
sexuality.
show ever that probably cost about £5 an episode. Like, for that budget, you're not going to get anything
For that budget,
better.
you have got. If that was Band of Brothers' budget, there would be Oscars and there'd be Emmys everywhere.
Yeah,
Prime.
that is up
90
there with Band of Brothers.
I'd say like 90% of the budget went on cartoon blood and
It's not
slow-mo
even. It's
shows.
not. Nah,
No, none of the budget went on that. All
went
the
to that,
budget
looks
went
like
on the
shit.
dick prosthetic.
Right.
And they look good.
Especially the guy with the horse cock. He gets
Yeah.
it cut off and crucified.
Tendonary on the horse.
Tendonary, the one with the horse cock.
Jupiter's cock.
And that is why you smell like a woman. Ah, blasphemy! Oh, sorry.
It's a good show.
It's a
like,
good show.
There's no denying it's a good show.
And the way they speak. Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
John Wick
professed
good.
it.
What was that film that we
Spartacus
watched
better.
the other night where we were talking about Spartacus and all that?
Spartacus.
Hercules.
Hercules. Hercules, that was. Man, are we too loud?
No.
Oh,
Okay, great. Now that we've broken the fourth wall, I'm gonna go for a piss. I was just thinking, how long
No,
it
don't.
really need a piss.
No, oh, alright, well. Alright.
We're gonna carry on without you. Fuck off.
let's
but
not make
have a
this-
quick break. Have a quick and then continue because you broke the fourth wall then. So.
So it don't matter. It's a podcast. They know we're recording it. Sorry to ruin the moment, but this is us talking into a microphone right now.
The boy Tomasino has fucked off, so here are the three wench bedders.
Yeah, while he's gone, let me just say.
I am a boss.
He, nah, I've nothing to say about him. John Wick is good though. I'd say good. Like,
May I ask if you would watch it again?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't go to the cinema to watch it again, but I'd definitely watch it.
I wouldn't pay to go to cinema, but if someone was like, oh, I've got an extra ticket to John Wick,
What was
do you
your
wanna go? And I'm not doing anything, I'd be like,
Probably wouldn't do that.
What is your rating of the film?
probably doing that straight away.
Oh yeah, of course.
We can talk about it a bit more.
Yeah, we'll wait for Tom at least.
I was premature with my ejaculation.
It's good though. It's like,
Should see someone.
I think the one thing to say, anyone that's listening to this actually wanting to know about John Wick just wants to know, is it as good as the first one? Yes.
Yes.
And is there more of the cool underworld stuff? Yes.
We all thought that the scene in the like catacombs.
Yeah,
catacombs?
that was my least favourite bit.
Yeah, that wasn't excellently executed.
Yeah, because it was too dark.
It was very dark.
Who
yeah.
is the-
But there's still some fucking awesome moments in there.
Yeah.
It's just very dark, and you don't really. It's not. Yeah, you
My
don't really
main-
see much.
The thing I dislike most about those films is Keanu Reeves' acting. Like, he can't act, or at least not in those films.
It's just so
It's like,
awkward.
Oh.
Yeah, I do really like Keanu Reeves though. Like he's not a great actor, but as like an action hero, I think he's fucking awesome. Like he's really unique and like he's not like a big jacked guy. He's like
shit.
quite. No, he's not shit. He's quite like a like
Pointy.
feminine looking guy.
Stylish.
But he's so like, all the scenes where he actually talks is like, oh, I can't act.
It's either kind of cool or just comes off a bit awkward.
No, it's always trying to be cool, but comes off
Yeah, exactly.
terrible.
I
I don't know why you think he's cool. He's not cool.
He is.
You think the wrong people are.
He's
cool.
not, but
Mel
it
is not
kind of
cool.
comes across as like, is the character even meant to be cool, or is he meant to be a bit of like a weirdo dude?
I think he's definitely meant to be cool.
Right, well then he doesn't play it.
There
well
were some
enough,
parts
like-
with him where I thought his acting worked, but there's more parts where it's like this is kind of awkward.
Yeah,
but he's so
very
good just in a fight scene.
Yeah,
So it's just like,
and the thing
you know,
is, what
and
he
he just
has, like-
looks like awesome. He just
Probably
has
has,
such a
like-
cool look to him.
Probably has like 15 lines the whole film as well.
Yeah.
Like, if that, and then the rest is just, it's like literally an hour screen time at least of him shooting things.
I wanted to do. I was really
Stabbing
tempted.
things, grabbing things.
I was really
breaking
tempted to
things,
do.
Wanging things.
sticking pencils in things.
I was really tempted to watch it
Pulling
again
pencils
and
out
count.
of things.
putting things
Oh my
onto
God.
a pencil.
Yeah. Oh, sharpening a pencil.
Okay, how about you two shush now? Tom?
I was really tempted to watch it again and count all the deaths and how he
wonder
killed
how many there
people.
were.
Well, someone did that for the last film. It was
Yeah.
like these graphics of what weapons he had in each scene, what his accuracy was, how many bullets he used, how many kills he had per bullet and stuff. And like you can sit down, because that's the way it's shot. It's like you see where every bullet goes.
Yeah.
And it's always like one in the knee, one in the head, then one in. And throughout the film, he gets like more and more accurate. Until
But
like the last scene is like almost 100% accurate.
There was one bit that was so satisfying where when he's got the shotgun in the catacombs.
Yeah.
And there's a cartridge on the side of the shotgun for the whole fight. And I was like, he has to put that in the gun
Yeah.
at some point and use it. And then the last kill is he just goes and just
So
like does
cool.
it.
But that's
So
the one
cool.
thing I thought about the catacombs. I was thinking in that scene, like, you couldn't really make that graphic for this one because it's so dark.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to see
Yeah.
where half the shit
And there
goes.
was a point where he is shooting at someone off screen. And it stuck out for me because it's like every other time he kills someone, you see.
Where the bullet
I didn't
goes.
even pick up on that, but yeah, that's like so un-John Wick way
Yeah.
to do it. Like,
But
in
I
the
just
Matrix,
assumed-
you'd be shooting at anything and it don't matter. It's more what he looks like. But in John Wick, it's like you want to see that guy
Yeah.
get a bullet like in his knee, in his toe, in his dick, and then like through his mouth or whatever. Wherever he aims, that's where it goes. What were you gonna say?
This stuff.
I was gonna make the exact same point as you done it about the catacombs and how you couldn't do you couldn't count all the kills in it because it's a bit too dark. You can't see where the bullets go. And that's kind of, I feel like that was probably my second least fight sequence of the entire movie. Was the catacombs.
Your least.
Second least favorite.
Wait, can I guess your least favorite then?
Yeah, and it'd be really easy to.
The
get.
one at the start.
Yeah,
I liked that one.
Yeah,
the
Where
car
is it?
chase was. I mean, maybe it's just because I got into it
the
and I
one at
wasn't
the
aware.
very start.
Yeah.
The car chase before even the Russians get into it.
No.
that bit.
When he gets into his car that has been stolen for him, and he just wrecks it. He tries to drive out, and then he just drives back in, and just gets the
I didn't get why
shit
he
kicked
drives
out of him.
Drives out and just a fucking heap of
But
shit.
still,
He
I thought it
he
was
gets
cool.
out and then drives in a big circle, gets the shit fucked out of him, kills a couple guys, then drives back in
Yeah, but
with
it's
his
like he's
piece
trying
of shit
to,
car.
he's trying to draw everyone out of the building or whatever.
I thought he was just trying to get his car back.
No,
Like-
yeah, well, it would have made a lot more sense if he then whipped a sheet off a different car and got in that, and it turns out that was his car, not the crumpled up one that he's just gone out and fucked up so hard. Like, what are you gonna do? That's if
I
you
guess-
fix that, it's just a different car.
I guess you're telling us, it's telling us that it's not about the car.
Yeah, he didn't
anymore.
want the car.
It was never about the car.
He wanted
It was
the-
about
That
card,
first,
didn't
the
he?
first scene with that Russian guy was pretty good. Where it's like, that's a John Wick's a car.
I love it because that's the exact scene that's in the first one.
Yeah, and he's like, Baba Yaga.
It's just the
Baba
fucking
Yaga.
boogie man.
Yeah, that's cool because then it's like, fuck man, John Wick will fuck you
There's-
up.
if
I
there-
did love
if
that.
it-
I did love how everyone's terrified of John Wick.
If it
Yeah.
didn't have that Baba Yaga scene interlaced into the fight scene with like the car,
Yeah.
then I would have been like, what the fuck is this fight scene? But because it has this like fantastical comedic kind of conversation
Yeah.
between the Russian bosses alongside all this badass fighting, it made me realize, oh, okay, so it's a film that's not taking itself too seriously. It's literally, we're here to enjoy the spectacle.
Is that good? Is that a good thing?
Fuck shit up.
Is that a good thing? Wait, is that a good thing for you that it doesn't take itself seriously?
Yeah. If it doesn't take itself seriously, and then it's a good film because it doesn't take itself
But
seriously.
it's
you-
not
you-
like,
you
it's
said
not
you
like
didn't
a,
like
it's
The
not like a
Purge.
jokey film.
For that reason, that it
I
took-
didn't like what?
You said you didn't like The Purge for that reason.
Because they did it bad. They did it really shit.
Right, let's not get.
So,
hung up
well,
on
you,
it.
you
Come
see the
on.
point he's making.
I know, but
They are different
whatever,
films,
yeah.
though. Like,
I've come out of the
John
cinema.
Wick's definitely much far superior to the Purge. I'm not doubting.
wait, are you
that.
talking about the Purge one?
No,
Two.
two.
Right, I've not seen the
The only reason I watched Purge 1 is for that sexy schoolgirl.
Fuck's
jeez.
sake.
Telling me that isn't fucking hot.
Cut
back
that
on
out.
the conversation
Cut
with
this
I'm
out.
sorry.
Stop talking about schoolgirls. Just
You're the one that was talking. You talk about pedos every day. Don't talk to me about when you're
Please
the
don't.
I said-
paedophile, raunchophile,
I said
carophile.
audio file. I said audio file.
And then you said like neighbour file. You're disgusting, sir. Don't talk.
a file is a good suffix.
So Josh.
Wait, oh yeah, the fight scene at the end. I think we all agreed as well. It's a bit too stylized.
Yeah, man, because you can't follow what the fuck's going on. It's
it was sick. There were some really cool shots when he was like diving through mirrors.
Yeah,
If you haven't seen the
but
film,
you cannot follow
it's
what's
like
going on.
it's a gunfight in like a house of mirrors or whatever.
Which is
where-
that's a
on
pretty
steroids.
classic thing as well, isn't it? Like the climax being in a house of mirrors.
yeah,
And
they
it-
did it in a Bruce Lee film once.
And I mean, I can kind of see where they just did the same thing. They just turned it up to 11, and
Stop.
and that's like how they've tried to up it. They've just
really-
made it more outrageous.
Yeah.
So they've taken the House of Mirrors and then they've made mirror doors that spin
They
around.
go out of their way to really fuck you up while you're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas
but
the best
that-
one.
Which looks cool, but it's like this might as well not be a fight scene because I cannot tell what's going on.
Yeah, but the best ones were the ones where it's just light and you can see what's going
Yeah.
on. You can see people getting shot.
Yeah. And that's what the first one did that so well when it's just
Yeah.
look at this
And
guy
even-
take out
even-
like 20 people.
Even the ones that were like dark and in a club and stuff. It's still you can see exactly
I watched
what's
that
going on.
that scene at the club. I watched it the other day just on YouTube, and it's so fucking
That
good.
one is really
it's so
good.
good.
And
It's
Alfie Allen's
fucking
really good in that.
brutal.
It's
film.
how it's all like on different levels.
Yeah,
And it just
and
and
he
it's
goes
seam-
up, and
it's
then,
like
and then
seamless.
this guy picks him up and throws him off the balcony. He goes down, and then he goes back up.
Yeah, but it's so
cool.
seamless, like his movement through the entire building.
Yeah. But it's
That's-
fucking
yeah.
brutal. Like, there's this bit where he grabs a guy by the beard, this really massive bald guy with a big old beard. He grabs him by a beard and, like, slams his head down on the table. And then he just puts the gun there and he's like, bang, bang, bang. Just straight down into his head. It's horrible.
It's cool.
That's pretty
It's a
nasty.
bit like a bit grim that we really like seeing.
Just watching people
just
getting taken
getting like
out.
half their face
Yeah.
blown off or something.
No, because it doesn't. It's not like that. It's not like gory. It's not this kind of like violence porn or whatever.
It's kinda like-
sweet action choreographed well. You
How-
know?
wait,
like
kinda
like the
like-
same way that you like the Raid. I don't like the Raid because I'm seeing someone's flesh get torn off. I like it because I'm like that was an incredible like fight scene
Would you say it's
between
art?
two people. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
but you watch the
choreography.
death and go,
It's
oh,
like, yeah, it's like,
It's
a
like
dance.
dancing. It's like
It's
Yeah.
kind of like you're watching it like, man, if I was well sick at shooting games, that's what this would be like.
I
Yeah,
gotta-
that is what it's like. It's like a video game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you're watching someone in a video game.
Yeah.
Come on.
What does that mean?
I'm saying that's what Mark
Well, I mean, that's
Mann
what
says.
people have been saying about John Wick for
I know.
ages.
I'm just making a joke.
well, you're all
You're the only one
lame.
that's watched the Mark Commode review, aren't you? Or have you watched it?
I watched like half of it.
Oh, well, I haven't watched it, and I said it
Well,
first.
nice,
so,
original
yeah,
thought.
I'm
Well,
a genuine Mark Commode.
I think
Yeah.
from an outside
Come on,
perspective,
200,000 subscribers. Hurry up.
from an outside perspective, seems alright to me. It's the way you describe it. It seems as though I definitely am not bothered that I didn't pay.
You can't shit on that film unless you did not like John Wick,
Yeah.
the first one. And if you've got loads of things you hate about the first John Wick, fair enough, go this, you ain't gonna fucking like it. But if you like the first one, I will put £100 down to say that you'll like the second one. And if you don't, you're lying.
Yeah,
Liar.
or you're trying to sound cool.
Yeah, that's
Better.
something
I mean,
you'd
I
say.
did expect you to say that. Tom.
Well, I didn't like the first one because I wanted to sound cool, but now I've sort of since then
At least-
become
at
more
least you- at least you
level-headed.
can
More
admit
level-headed.
it.
Yeah,
I
I've
appreciate
matured as a
Yes.
cinema goer.
Yes. As a cinephile.
Alright, shall we rate it?
File.
Yeah, so give us a rating, boys, one at a time.
I haven't actually thought someone else to.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not.
It's not
You
the
know,
Purge 2.
it's not the fucking Shining. It's not the Purge 2. It's not
not
like
The
a
Shining.
complete piece of art.
It's not The Shining.
It's definitely not The Shining.
That's what I mean. Like,
Weird
it's,
The Shining
connection to
isn't-
make.
but I'm just
not
saying, like,
saying
it's just like it's not a 9 out
She
of 10.
said it's not
is
Die
it?
Hard.
Shining's
Is The Shining a 9 out of 10?
I'm just saying it's not like a classic that
It's
you
not
put in your
Citizen
like.
Kane.
You're not putting it in your top 250, are you?
I didn't put The
Depends on who
Shining
you
in
are.
my
If you're the top two,
two.
yeah.
Ah, I'm not.
If it's a
Fine,
John Wick fan
Jesus.
club,
It's so weird.
You're just trying to sound cool again,
Yeah,
Tom.
weird.
You're a lame,
Comparison to-
lame
Yeah.
cinephile.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Tom's
didn't like
seen
John.
The Shining,
I didn't,
everyone.
Tom's a city
Yeah.
file.
I didn't like John Wick.
It loses
it
marks
was
for
shit.
not being in a foreign language.
Stanley Kubrick had nothing to do with it.
Nonce confirmed.
I'm just saying it's a different type of film.
To other films
It's
of different types.
it knows what it is and it does it well, but it's not something that is like breathtaking and gonna leave
Oh,
you
just
thinking
say a
about it forever.
number.
Okay, Josh gives your number.
Right,
I'm
Tom, have a
Hey,
number.
stop being so fucking rude.
Oh, come on, you're milking this number.
Come on, have a number.
7 out of 10.
done it.
I give it 7.6.
You love your
7.7.
You love your obscure ratings. You?
That's 7.7. No, 7.5.
Yeah, well, it's not The Shining, so.